Hello Capricorn. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you might have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past, maybe even currently. Others of you, it could be a situationship. And for the remainder, it could be simply that this is a very energetic connection and you've had this kind of eye contact, which does happen, and you just don't know why. Or I'm also getting someone has met someone at a distance. I'm seeing that right now. Someone's seen someone over like online, and they have not really met them, but they are starting to have feelings and emotions for them. So that also is just a very strong energetic connection because you truly haven't met this person in person. Oh, seems to be a disappointment. Things here did not really work out the way one had planned or thought. So for those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability to channel through my higher intuitive self, so I get the answers that we need. And at the end of this reading, I will be channeling Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel so that they can provide us with some guidance and advice regarding your situation. Here we have creativity, followed by nourishment, embracing the shadow, compassion, laughter, opening, fear, healing, and then we have centered, or centering under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Capricorn, no matter what has happened between us, I truly do feel and still feel that I want to create something with you. Something that'll be long-lasting for the world to see. Something sweet, soft, beautiful. A web of love that I love to weave, where you are the center of my world. I see you now as someone who is truly the complete package. You have this way of fulfilling me emotionally, spiritually, and physically. There's this beautiful nurturing and nourishing quality that you have. It truly makes me feel wanted, accepted, loved. I feel that there has been a lot of awkwardness in this connection. This awkwardness, I feel, is now starting to really create a problem. My dear Capricorn, the connection I have with you makes me desire you even more. There's a part of you that I want to grow with, to grow into. I want to create something with you, something that'll be long-lasting for the world to see. A web of love that I can weave, where you are the center of my world. I have realized now that you are someone who fulfills me in every way. You are the complete package. Emotionally, spiritually, and physically. I do feel that in this connection, there is so much that I can learn and gain, but not for selfish reasons. You deserve someone better than me sometimes, even, I feel. I know what I did was wrong. I was very impulsive, compulsive, and aggressive. Many of the things that have happened between us, I know that all that happened, it has ruined what we had. I feel very awkward now. There are a lot of feelings of being uncomfortable. And these feelings that I have, it's a dark side of me that you never really saw. But it is a part of who I am. I am who I am, and I can't really change my ways for anyone. It is difficult for me. And I know that you have gone through a lot, and that I have put you through a lot. And I do have compassion for you, empathy, even sympathy to some degree. This laughter that I have inside of my heart, this feeling of happiness, it comes from you. You know what makes me tick. You know how to make me laugh. You know what makes my heart happy. You are my best friend, my confidant, someone who I believe in. And I want to open up to you. This feeling of happiness and laughter, the sense of friendship that I have, I fear that I have lost it. But I want to open up to you and talk to you about certain things that are deep down inside of my heart, inside of my mind. Certain things I never really have spoken to you about. Things that I have been hiding. I do fear many things that have happened. Things that may happen. There is a sense of anxiety, frustration. So many problems I have gone through. I feel worthless, unworthy of your love, your friendship. I have not been someone who you were feeling comfortable with. At some point I made you do certain things and be in a certain way that you never really wanted to. But I do feel nervous, almost paranoid about where this connection is headed. Once, in the beginning, I may have seemed very confident. A lot of confidence and feeling secure, a lot of self-esteem, but now I've lost all of that. I feel a sense of insecurity, a lack of self-esteem and a lack of confidence because of what I did, because of what I put you through, and because of what you are still going through. And all I want to do right now is heal. Heal from what I have done, from what I put you through, and why I did what I did. Right now, I have self-isolated. There's a sense of contemplation, introspection. I'm trying to keep my distance because I don't want to be distracted by world problems. My issue is that if I do end up communicating with you right now, on any level, I'm afraid I might end up making a mistake. Therefore, I might as well just stay quiet. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want you to go through something worse. So, I stay isolated, away from you, away from the world, in what you would call the mountains. A hermit in the mountains. Overall, in this connection, I have found a spiritual place. You make me feel very grounded. You bring out that part of me and make me realize the yin and the yang aspects of existence. If I'm the moon, you are the sun. We come and go and we dance in perfect harmony. But we both always know that there's never going to be an end to this. There's going to be a day and a night. I can always depend and know that one day things will be different. But the sun will always rise. I know that. I depend on you because I know you, because I feel you. Right now, I am in a very uncomfortable spot where I don't know how to reach out to you because I'm nervous, because I fear, I have a lack of confidence. I've made things very awkward and very uncomfortable. And if you wonder why it is, Capricorn, that I'm not reaching out to you, it's because I am in hermit mode right now. Not just you, but the rest of the world. I am keeping myself from the rest of the world. I stay quiet. I stay hidden. Capricorn. Off the radar this person is, no? Where'd they go? Ghosted you? I'm getting the word on and off. Some of you may have been in an on and off relationship with this person. So something did happen, and they do feel, you see, right now, maybe in the other cards we'll see if they feel regret or remorse, which is very important. So right now, I don't see that. I don't see that type of feeling. But there is a sense of understanding and knowing that what they did was wrong. And we have compassion there, where they can empathize and they can see what you're going through because of what they did. And the healing card, they want to heal, but they also want you to heal. They're trying to figure out how to fix this situation, how to fix themselves. This is something that they are doing right now. For some of you, this may resonate. For some of you, it might not. It's a situation right now where there's a lack of communication because they're very nervous and they realize that they've made things awkward. So if you're wondering why hasn't this person reached out to you, it is literally because they are completely nervous. Very, very nervous. To the point where the nervousness is like fear and anxiety. Sometimes that card also talks about anxiety attacks. Okay, let me fix my mic. Okay. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. So this particular spread, I look at the reason why things would have gone downhill in the first place. So something that happened, maybe that you were not aware of. You were unaware of this. They didn't really confide in you. They didn't really tell you what the whole issue was. Why was there a problem? So hopefully this will provide you with a little bit more clarity. You have two cards popping up. I'll bring them both out. This one came out first. Okay. So you have here the Princess of Arrows. the Ace of Staves, and then you have the King of Staves. I'm almost getting as if some of you might think, excuses, excuses. That's what some of you are feeling. This person may have always had some type of an excuse. In all honesty, it might have been their reasoning, but for you, it was more than a few times. So at some point in time, it just seems like it's always excuses. Here, this talks about, and remember, for this spread, this is what happened in the past, and this I read in the reverse. In the past, there was this stage of there being a lack of messages, a lack of intuitive understandings or even education, the inability to articulate. Here it talks about how this person was waiting for news, not necessarily from you. It could have been any type of news, but not understanding as much as one would like to. There was a sense of ignorance as well as confusion. Now this is regarding the connection between the both of you. Then we have here the Ace of Staves. This talks about a lack of energy, a lack of growth, and not wanting to take action, not even thinking on a creative level and not wanting to create. You remember, you had the create card, creativity, right in the beginning, right? You had it right here. Creativity. That first spread that I had, that is current. This is in the past, so before they didn't want to create something with you. But now they do, because the present cards did show that this is what they want now. So that's really good. There's a big turnaround here. Here it talks about difficulties with new ventures and the need to focus. So this person, at the end of the day, yes, they wanted to start something with you, be with you even, but there was a struggle. They could not start something. They could not concentrate. They didn't have the resources. Whatever the reasons were, they just weren't able to start something that they really wanted to, that they needed to. For that reason, it started to create difficulties. And this is also the reason why then there's a lack of energy and a lack of growth. That feeling just doesn't exist. You know, if you don't see results, it does discourage people. And so this person, whatever they were up to, they didn't see the results that they were wanting to see or like experience. They didn't see that. They didn't feel it. They didn't experience anything like that. So this really caused a problem in their life. This is the reason why they started to keep their distance. This is the reason why they almost, I could use the word give up. Sorry, I'm just going to make some noise. This is the reason why they actually made, they made no efforts the way that you thought that they should or the way that they could have. It's because they were discouraged. Now, discouraged doesn't mean somebody else actually discouraged them, but they just feel discouraged by fate and destiny and certain things that they had put their efforts in, just not turning out the way that they wanted it to. It was supposed to be, it was expected to be one way, but it turned out to be another. Now, here we also have the King of Staves. King of Staves. Okay. Oh boy. You remember how we just had the Fear card as well? So a long time ago, yes, there was confidence. There was a sense of support, mastery of whatever type of career or occupation or talents that they had. But now it's a complete opposite. This person now feels a lack of confidence. They feel a lack of confidence. They have here wanting to harness these forces, but not quite strong enough to do so. Someone who seems very supportive, but isn't reliable. So unfortunately, Capricorn, that happened. At some point, you may have thought that this person is or was very supportive. Maybe they said many, many things. People say a lot, right? And what ended up happening is they didn't deliver. They said this, that, and the other, but it turns out that those were just false promises. That's what it seems like to you now, that these were all false promises. Even if this person had the intention, they were really unable to move forward. And part of the reasons were with that, with the fact that with the Princess of Arrows, there was those messages, right? There was ignorance, there was some confusion. So they really didn't end up moving forward to find a solution as to, like, what is making them so confused? Why are they so confused? What was something that they had to clarify? Messages talks about, in this card it's messages, so it's the opposite of messages. So it would be a lack of messages, meaning this person actually didn't reach out to you as much either. They were emotionally distant, they could have been, but also communication wise, they really didn't communicate with you. So that's a huge issue. You can't really move forward in a connection if you don't communicate, right? What is the use? There is no use. It is important to communicate. It is important to be with the other person and talk about your problems. Talk about the things that are truly on your mind. And that's the only way a couple and a relationship can work. We all know that. Communication is very important. All right. All right, let's have a look at the Beginner's Tarot deck. Here, I'll look into any type of plans, any actions, any intentions that this person may have towards you in the coming future. Okay, we have here the Nine of Wands. I only pick the top card, guys. That's the way I read. Top card has the most amount of energy. If the other cards are meant to come out, they will. So we have the Nine of Wands. So these are any plans, any actions, any intentions. Look at that, Ten of Cups. Wonderful. Beautiful. And you did just have the Hermit pop by. That comes from what we had before, healing. So after they've healed, they've thought a lot about you, and then this connection, they've thought about how is this going to work. Oh, is this a third-party situation? For some of you, it might be an actual person that this person has to make a choice between yourself and someone else, or even yourself and something else. It could be that they have a wonderful job and they really are hoping to excel in that job, but it's too far away. They would have to move, and the both of you will not be together physically in that way. You'll be at a distance. That's just an example. Could also be someone here has a responsibility of taking care of their loved ones, maybe over the weekends, and they can't dedicate that much time to you. So there's a variety of things here, but it is a third-party situation. Something extra is coming into the mix here where it indicates to me that the time, energy, and effort that your person of interest could give to you, they are not able to do that. Here, with the Nine of Wands, they know that they have certain restrictions, responsibilities, burdens, tasks, many, many things that are on their plate. They feel very overwhelmed. They know that there's going to come a time when they will not be able to handle it. And so therefore, right now, what they're trying to do is sift out. They're trying to take out things that are not necessary for them. They're trying their best. If there's something that they can deal without, they would rather do that. They'd be happy doing something like that. So they want to move forward from this type of situation that they're stuck in right now as well. They're not happy in it. Neither are you. And once they get rid of these obstacles, these extra things that they have promised themselves or even others, how they're going to help, they are going to overcome this. They're going to try to get rid of a few things so that they have room for you. Now, we also have here the Ten of Cups, beautiful card. The Ten of Cups here does talk about happy family life. Not necessarily doesn't have to be kids, but it does talk about children, growth, prosperity. This could be fur babies. This could be pets. A beautiful home, beautiful yard, sunshine, happy days, memories being built. This person really, really wants you. They really do love you. They've realized that they love you. And it took them a while. And this took them a while because, remember, they were in that hermit mode for quite some time. in the healing mode when I told you they're a hermit and they've gone into the mountains. So this person has thought long and hard, and they realize that you are someone that they want in their life. What they're doing, they want to move on from the situation that they're in right now, because things have not been very smooth. A lot of turbulence there has been. And so they want to move on from the situation that they're in onto calmer and better waters. But they still feel a sense of neglection, rejection. Now, where's this coming from? A small portion of you might be feeling like this towards this person. You might just be so angry that you don't even want to deal with them anymore. And this person is noticing that. They have realized that. They see it. They sense it. They feel it. This person feels left out in the cold. Was it your doing? For some of you, maybe yes. But is it their doing? For the majority of you, I'm seeing yes, it was them. They created this whole SHIT show. And now they're the ones that are suffering from it. Unfortunately, they dragged you into it. They want good times with you. They want to have a promising future with you. But they are also stuck, Capricorn. This is going to be a very difficult decision for them. And for many of you, you're going to say, well, if it's such a difficult decision, then why do I even want to be with this person? Well, a lot of people have choices. And a lot of people fall in love. A lot of people fall out of love. A lot of people love one person, their partner, but then they're in love with someone else. It's not an easy decision. Because along with that, if you've been in common law partnership or if you've been married, there's a lot at stake. There's sometimes children involved. There's assets involved. Pensions involved. People get the other person's pension, half of it at least. Spousal support, that kind of stuff. There's way too many things that we just think, oh, it's not important, as love is everything. For the masculine energy, the way things have been over the years and the decades now, there's more favor to the feminine because of what masculines have done. However, slowly I've seen a trend where the tables are turning now. There's a lot of women that are earning a lot of money, and the men are not earning as much. So if there is that type of a dynamic where somebody is leaving or somebody wants to divorce or separate, whoever's earning more money, they have to pay. They have to pay that amount. But you see, people have worked really hard to build what it is that they have today. And even though you think that this person loves you, love is love. But living in a practical world, if you've had a home for 25 years or so, are you really going to be content in every way living in a small apartment? No, it's a lot of trauma. For some of you, I would recommend, in order to get a better understanding of this type of a situation, have a look at my other channel, Asnointia Audio. And I do have one or two. One is called, I think it's called Dating an Emotionally Unavailable Man. And the other one is called Dating a Divorced Man or a Man in Separation. I got to write those titles down because now I'm starting to forget all my titles that I have. There's a little, for me, it's a lot of videos that I have to remember the titles. Although there's, I think right now, there's just maximum 21. So what I'd like you guys to do is, for those of you that feel, why isn't this person able to make up their mind? What are the reasons? It truly is important to understand those reasons because it'll give you a peace of mind too. If you just kind of rush into it and you think, oh, well, if this person doesn't want me, then that's fine, I'm going to move on. Some of you will have to do that. Others of you, even if you are moving on, it's still good to know the reasons why this person is doing what they're doing. Unfortunately, right now, I see them stuck with the Lover's card. They don't know which way to go, left or right. They don't know. Not yet. Eventually they will. Do they want you? Do they want a promising future with you? Absolutely yes. Is it easy for them to get to you to accomplish what it is that they want? No, it's not easy. because they do have a lot of other burdens, restrictions, constraints, other responsibilities that they have in their life that's truly overwhelming them, and they know it's going to overwhelm them. So, Capricorn, take it as it resonates. That's a very specific message for a few of you, perhaps. But it is a really tricky situation because somebody here does love someone. It's not that this person doesn't love you. They do love you. But they also have other issues. Sometimes you can be in love with two people. I know it sounds weird, but it happens. You can be in love with two people because each person has a certain characteristic and trait that you just adore. There was a movie, an Indian movie, long time ago, Amitabh Bachchan movie. And that's Aishwarya Rai's father-in-law. So, I forgot the movie. Oh, I forgot what the name was, but it's a really funny movie. In there, there's a lady, and she has a bunch of suitors that come to her home. I think Zinat Aman. I think it was her, yes. And so she says, you know, this one's too tall, this one's too short, this one's this one's that. It was so funny. And this guy, the actor, he comes in and he says, you know what you should do is put them all in a blender, shake them up, and then there you have your man, the right man for you. Isn't that amazing? I just wish we could do that, right? But that's the problem. Not everybody will get exactly what they want. But that is what life is all about. It's about adjustments. It's about learning. It's about having that compassion. It's about building each other up. And if you feel that you have that type of a capability and capacity with this person, sure, go ahead. If you feel that there's no growth and that you are the only one compromising and just, making adjustments, honestly, then it's just a one-sided relationship. It's best that you start to think about what you want future in your life, because this is not going to work out if it's just going to be you doing everything. Sorry, sometimes overlap my words. It's so stupid. It's like a CD and it skips over and then I come back. Because I see the words, what I'm supposed to say, but then I say them the other way around. All right. So just going to do a quick prayer. All right, let's see what the angels have to say about this connection. This is from Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Okay. Look for a sign. So in terms of you moving forward, it's not just going to be you just randomly moving forward. You're going to be seeing signs and synchronicities. You're going to have these types of feelings and emotions. Oh boy, it's up to you. So this card for me, some of you know, this is when things become split. So now there's some of you that want to be with this person, some of you that do not want to be with this person. The It's Up to You card talks about different timelines for yourself. Realities are different, but different timelines is for you. If you decide to go from track A to B to Z or Z, it is possible. Every line that you go onto, which is simply a decision that you make, it will have a different outcome. Yet still that outcome is written for you. Celestial beings do write those things for us. We right now are like actors and actresses that are playing the part. This is us, the soul, being in the body, which is governed by a spirit. It animates the body. And so it's all part of a great plan, a lesson. Hearts breaking? Oh yeah. It's a terrible lesson. But the soul has a goal. The soul's goal is to experience the good, bad, and the ugly. Everything. So it can become more enlightened. And that is what some of you had thought of and promised as a contract. But as a human and as someone who has a spirit that feels, it hurts you. I understand that. But just understand that it's not, this person's not the end-all, be-all type situation. This is not the one person on the planet that's going to be yours, or the one person on the planet that exists and nobody else is going to be there in your life. You have many, many soulmates, karmic partners, even twin flames from a past life, even from a future life that's going to come. So there's always a spiritual connection that you'll find with someone. But you truly have to feel it, right? Sometimes. I've met a few people in the beginning where I didn't have a connection with them, but then after getting to know them, I did, and it turns out some of them were my soulmates from a past life. So that was really interesting. Here we have look for a sign. This talks about more of signs and synchronicities, and even for some of you that don't want to be with this person, this talks about look for red flags. Do you really think it's the right thing for you? Yes, for some of you, it's going to work out. And some of you, yes, you're going to move on. It's up to you. You have a choice. Taking action for both parties here. Both of you will have to take action. So this person most likely will not be engaging too much or talking. Remember, there's a whole lot of anxiety, fear. There's a sense of wanting to move on, the sense of rejection, right? So they don't have the type of confidence that maybe you have or that you have always had. They don't have that type. They're not like you. They're different. They're saying here to trust in the divine. Just know that positive, holy energy that exists in our universe, that is on your side. And do have trust and faith in the divine. The timing when things are going to happen for you, whether you find someone new or whether you end up with this person, the timing will be perfect timing, meaning it is all in divine timing. Why is divine timing the right time? For example, as I've mentioned before, you bake a cake, you wait for it to rise, and we're all excited. But then what happens if you open it up and you just bring it out too soon? It will become flat. That's not a cake. It's raw. Even though you put the ingredients in it, you have to wait. That is a similar situation here. Unfortunately, whatever happened in this connection, it is going to take its own sweet time. You're going to have to wait. We also have here a recovery. Some of you have gone through a lot of heartache and pain. Chest pains, I'm getting anxiety, chest pains, tightness in the chest, I'm getting. Like the rib cage. Some of you have been through that because of the stress and anxiety and depression that you've experienced through this connection. So not all of you are going to resonate with this. A small portion of you are. It's important for you to understand that there is healing that is coming through, and this will be with the help of the Christ consciousness or the divine, whoever you feel is the supreme being. But it does come from the source. The supreme being is the one that ultimately has a say in the matter. Here we have recovery with you recovering, and even that will take some time, spiritually, emotionally, physically. When we're recovering, it's not just about the body. I look at it in 4 different ways: the mind, body, spirit, and soul, right? You have to basically nurture all 4 aspects, not just the physical. For some of you, you might want to have a look at my website, which is asnointia.com, and there you will see something called a chakra checkup package. I would encourage you to get that one for those of you that feel that there is a sense of like an alignment issue in your chakra centers, which also affects your bodily functions. This is all about negative energy. You have felt so bad, so down, that you have started to attract negative energy. The packages that I have, even the Holy Light package, helps you get rid of that. We have here also meditation brings answers. So eventually it's important for you to be more grounded, to take some time out, take 10 to 15 minutes every day, and have some tea, have a coffee or something like that, something relaxing. Sit somewhere and just meditate. Just close your eyes and just think about God. Think about the stars. Think about flying through the stars into this bright white light. It is so bright. It's so encompassing. And hear what that light has to say to you. Ask the questions. in your heart and your mind, do say the holy light of either the Christ consciousness or the holy light of God. The light has to be holy. That is a key word. Any light in the universe can be any type of light. It could also be negative. So you have to be very careful with the words that you say, the intentions that you have. Even your thoughts, beings can read your thoughts. So one day, hopefully very soon, I'll be able to make another video on my other channel about all this kind of stuff. All right, Capricorn, it's not bad. I see some of you are going to want to be with this person, and others of you, you've just kind of had enough. You've bent over backwards too much. You've adjusted too much. So some of you are really going to excel in this connection with this person, and some of you are just going to heal, and you're going to move on, but you're going to find bigger and better things on your own, at your own time. All right, Capricorn. This was nice. It is nice. For both parties here, both of you guys, some of you are going to want to be with this person. Keep in mind to have a look for red flags. And sometimes our friends tell us that, oh, that's a red flag. But we make excuses, don't we? We say, no, they were just busy. No, there was just this. We do try to figure out some type of way where our person of interest won't seem in someone else's eyes as someone who's corrupt or bad. We always try to take their side somehow. So do think about things in a very logical way, with an open mind, open eyes. Because somebody or someone may be saying something to you, and you might not even hear it or understand it. And that is a problem. You need to be able to be the open-minded person so that you can accept the reality and the practicality of what it is that's going on around you. Only then will you be able to actually move forward in the 3D right now. All right, Capricorn. You all take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.